Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Partida Reforma, the former party of Senator Ping Lacson, is now backing the presidential bid of Vice President Leni Robredo. Let's get the details from mobile journalist Jacob Lazaro, who joins us live from Tagum City in Davao del Norte. Jacob, hi. Why did Partido Reforma suddenly abandon Lacson and switch to VP Leni, or was this not so sudden?
Hi, Sean. Yes, actually, to answer your second question, it's not really a sudden decision. As Lacson said in his earlier press con, that he has been getting wind of this for over a month now. Now, Alvarez said, or a former speaker, Pantaleon Alvarez, said that the reason why they're switching to Robredo was because they have to be realistic about the election right now, with only a month and a half left, or probably even less than that. The survey number of Robredo, even though she might be in the far second, she still has the best chance to catch up with the front runner, especially with all of the traction she's been getting with her 70,000 or like nearly 100,000 attendees in the Pasig Laban rally, and the slew of local officials endorsing her recently.
All right, so definitely they're kowtowing to the fact that the national election is all about numbers, or it's a numbers game. But Jacob, let's backtrack a bit. Was the party able to properly communicate this move to Senator Lacson? It does seem so, because he did give a press con earlier today. And of course, Senator Lacson says he harbors no ill feelings at all. So safe to say everyone's on good terms?
Yes, it's safe to say that everyone's on good terms, especially after I interviewed Speaker Alvarez earlier. He said that there's really no bad blood between Soto and Lacson and Partido Reforma, because they were able to, as much as possible, communicate with this about this decision earlier. So right now, everyone's at peace, or at least that's what they said.
All right, at least on face value, that's what we'll take, right? You mentioned, of course, vice presidential bet and Senator Tito Soto. What happens to him? Is it a package deal sort of with him and Ping Lacson being dropped by Partido Reforma, or does the endorsement for the vice presidential bid of Senator Soto still stand?
Yes, it still stands. According to Alvarez earlier, they will push for what they call a Leto tandem, which is Leni Robredo and Tito Soto's tandem. They said that they still stick with Tito Soto because he still has the best chance, according to the recent survey, to catch up with, of course, again, the front runner. And especially here in Davao City, a lot of the people that I've spoken with, they said that this country is really divided between Soto and Inday Sara.
All right, well, let's backtrack a bit. You know, there's kind of like a tension before between Vice President Robredo and Congressman Pantaleon Alvarez. He did kind of say not so positive things about her. So is it safe to say that they have buried this hatchet? And how did VP Robredo suddenly take, the news of this endorsement from Partido Reforma?
Well, she took it very happily, very enthusiastically, about this new endorsement, especially since this is again Davao region, one of the bailiwick of their rival, Bongbong Marcos and Sara Duterte. Robredo has always said before that even though she's had many complicated history with other local officials, she said that the reason why she's running for as an independent is because she wants to show that she is willing to work with anyone, even though they have a complicated history before. And Robredo adds that it's much more important that they have more in common than the things that they don't agree with.
All right, and how do political analysts and all these pundits, what do they have to say? How do they see this new endorsement from Pantaleon Alvarez's party, Partido Reforma, affecting Vice President Robredo's presidential bid?
Yes, well, Robredo earlier said that this is a big deal, again, because this is the Davao region, where Robredo actually in Davao del Norte lost big time against her former vice presidential rival in 2016, which was Alan Peter Cayetano. Cayetano got around 300,000 votes. Marcos got 129,000 votes around that bracket, and Robredo only got 39,000. So getting the support of local officials will definitely boost Robredo's chances here. although that might not really solidify her chance here, but it would surely help, as Robredo said. Also, Robredo adds that even though she has the spirit of volunteerism with her many volunteers in Vigo City, in Tagum City, it was still the supporters or volunteers still admit that it is difficult to work without the local governments. But now that they have the local government with them, it would be more easy to mobilize the forces for Robredo.
All right, like they always say, it's a numbers game. Thank you so much for that update, mobile journalist Jacob Lazaro, joining us live from Tagum City in Davao del Norte. On the back of that, let's discuss this development further with VP Lenny spokesman, Attorney Barry Gutierrez. Good afternoon, Attorney Barry. What was your reaction to this endorsement? Did it come as a surprise, or like you might have heard what Jacob said, that this has been in the works for a month? How do you guys see this helping the VP's campaign?
Well, good afternoon, Sean. It does come as a bit of a surprise. We only learned about it very shortly before the actual announcement was made a few days before. But as echoing what the Vice President earlier said in her press conference with former Speaker Alvarez, we are very grateful for the endorsement. Obviously, this is an election, and every person who will say that they are supporting your candidacy is a welcome addition. And Speaker Alvarez is a well-known and very, very well-established leader in Davao del Norte. So certainly his support and the support of his party will be a huge boost for the campaign of VP Lenny.
All right, I'm going to circle a bit back to what you said, that you were informed of this maybe not so long ago, just a few days before it actually happened. So how did this all start? Who approached who first?
Well, I'm not really at liberty to actually disclose everything that led up to this point. Suffice to say, it's very clear that the decision of Partido de Reforma, as contained in their own public statement released earlier today, indicated that it was a hard choice for them. They were really supporting Senator Ping Lacson before, but given the clear terrain of the presidential campaign, 46 days before the election, and responding to the clamor from their own leaders on the ground, they decided to actually support VP Lenny at this stage of the campaign. And this is a very welcome development insofar as we are concerned. We are particularly happy that it comes on the basis of common ground. Speaker Alvarez in his statement said that they share the intention and the um, objective of VP Lenny in reforming government and providing a better future for our people. And that's really what the People's Campaign that has coalesced around VP Lenny is all about. Providing spaces, providing room for everybody who wishes to support. And I think that the developments this afternoon is proof positive that this is an inclusive campaign and that we expect more will come join and support her in the remaining 46 days of the campaign.
Right, so having this space for everyone from all sectors, Attorney Barry, and also everything that you've just said. Having said all of that, can we then expect more developments like this in the next 46 days? Would other parties be willing to join up with yours, or at least with your candidacy, your independent candidacy? And could this be the sign of, I'm sorry to use this word, could this be the sign of unification that parties have been hoping for?
Well, definitely. 46 days is an eternity in electoral politics. So a lot of things can happen. There have been many conversations that have been going on in the past few weeks and the past few months. And hopefully, some of them will bear fruit in the form of more officials coming forward to support VP Lenny, more leaders, more organized groups, more sectors coming forward to support her bid for the presidency. As Speaker Alvarez mentioned, she has momentum at this stage of the campaign. There have been these huge rallies that have not lost steam at all in the past few weeks. They have only grown bigger and more exciting. And more local officials have come forward to actually publicly declare for her support for her. So we expect and we hope that this a trend will continue all the way up to the end of the campaign. Just enough time for her to be able to win the elections on May 9th.
All right, now all camps have said that, this decision that happened today with the support of Partido Reforma, that there's no bad blood between anyone and everyone is on good terms, so to speak. Has your camp reached out to that of Senator Lacson's, and have you guys spoken about anything?
They have not. The VP has not yet spoken to Senator Lacson, but we are, reassured by the fact that his statement earlier, along with the statement of Speaker Alvarez, were both very generous. They were both very gentlemanly. They had no indication whatsoever that any bad blood was generated by this move, and I think that's a good sign. And we hope that moving forward, that will be the template. After all, this is an election. People and organizations can change their minds. They can decide to support another candidate. And so long as it is done openly and after a respectable amount of discussion, then you have what you saw this afternoon.
All right, one last question really quickly. I think everyone has this on their minds. Not to be a party pooper, but how can you assure the public that there was no strings attached when this deal was reached?
Well, the VP has been very, very clear. Support will always be welcome, but they should come with no strings attached. She is not a person who engages in transactional politics, and she has been very, very firm on that from the beginning. It has been reflected throughout her record as a public official in the last 6 years as vice president, and before that as a member of Congress. So we know what kind of person Leni Robredo is. We know that she is a person of her word. We know her clear position on this issue. And you can see it from the statement of Partido Reforma itself. This is an endorsement. This is an alliance anchored on common principles. And we hope that that will be clear to our supporters and to all the Filipino people who witnessed what happened this afternoon.
All right, thank you so much for sharing your time with us this afternoon. It's quite a big day for you guys. Attorney Barry Gutierrez, spokesman of Vice President Robredo. Thank you, Attorney.
Thank you, Sean. Always happy to be here.
For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.